Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. We have the land, yeah, where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none was slippy. Guyana, me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians, and Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana beach breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city. Are the hypest, we see them gyal wind up in a some liquor tie dress. We hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them. We not like check. We got gold and diamond, them thing priceless. Timber bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean not talk about the sugar, nor the rice yet. So a marshal, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese land. Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughters. Is we have the land, what many ask for, we never see Katrina or nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, we nah know none was slippy. Guyana, we say big up on no city. Enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I the nuclear family, hey master, one up fully. A one-time records, a 592, we think them. Hello, Wagwan.
Hey yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana. Yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. We have the land, yeah, where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none was slippy. Guyana, me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians, and Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana beach breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city. Are the hypest, we see them gyal wind up in a some liquor tie dress. We hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them. We not like check. We got gold and diamond, them thing priceless. Timber bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean not talk about the sugar, nor the rice yet. So a marshal, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese land. Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land. It It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. Is we have the land, what many ask for, we never see Katrina or those disaster. I feel.
This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I... This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana.
The following is a paid commercial. The People's Progressive Party Civic invites you to an exciting T20 cricket clash and family fun day on Sunday the 6th of July 2025 at the Albion Sports Complex Berbice. Bring out the entire family. Gates open at 11 a.m. It's the PPPC's T20 cricket clash and a family fun day on Sunday the 6th of July 2025. Forward together for a better Guyana. That was a paid commercial.
Good morning to you, and welcome to another episode of Livewire. It is the 3rd of July, 2025. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you check out the event happening at Albion, the Cricket Fun Day, and be part of that amazing activity. This morning, we have a short program for you guys. I'm heading out of town, so I have to have a bunch of things to take care of before I head out. But Linden, look out tomorrow. The Ministry of Housing will be, and Central Housing and Planning Authority will be in the area there tomorrow, doing house lot distributions, and I'm thinking handing over some titles and cement and steel subsidies as well, right? So definitely tomorrow I will be in Linden, and what we'll try to do, we'll try to have either Minister Kroll or Minister Rodriguez on the program in Linden tomorrow. So we'll try to get up there early to set up and do the live from Linden tomorrow at the the housing outreach. I keep saying Dream Realize because that, they had that was what it was called first. The big distributions. But as the ministers would have said, eventually these outreaches will start being scaled down, and persons will be able to go to the housing offices in the region and process their applications and move through the system quickly, right? So yeah. Morning to all the persons joining us across the diaspora. Morning to all the persons across the 10 administrative regions. Special good morning to all the persons in the comment section. Really glad that you guys are here to join us for yet another episode. I swear to y'all, right? My uncle, Courdel Jones, just tests my faith. Right? He just tests my faith. Right? Arnold Hanuman, morning to you. Abdul Latif, Ganesh Bharat, good morning. Pamela Gopi, Eunice Ragobir, morning to you. Morning to Rita, morning to Polly as well. Balwan Danraj, good morning. Lenny Lashman, Data Nandalal, good morning. Mohammed Isaf, Umar Sharif. General Narendra, good morning to you. Robert Ram, Sunita Sukra, Naz Ali, Tulsi Ram Chetty, morning to you. Wazem Nabi, Gil Eon, Donna Alfonso, Alan Khan, Leslie Mangal, Basun Dat Mohan, Prasad Pati, Ricky Knott, morning. Suknandan Bud, morning to you. Shakila Bagwardin, Philip Diabru, Dudnat Prasad, Rupert Messiah, Tara Babulal, good morning. Bibi Kali Charan, Margaret Charles, good morning to you. Krishna Diodat, good morning. Shariza Sher. Morning. Morning, everybody. Today, Henry Jagdio, morning to you as well. Jamila Kayum, Maureen Razio, Ronald Jones, Joan Abidjan joining us from Canada, Savitri Rose, Check Neil, Jagnarine Edwards, good morning to you. Sarah Mosley, morning. Anyway, not by. I see. I scroll a little too fast there. I think I saw MP. No. Wrong person I saw. Right. Good. So let's get into it. Like I said, it's a short episode this morning. I just wanted to, just highlight something to you. And to me, it speaks volumes. Also, Jesus Christ, they can push me into a whole hour show this morning, Y'all could believe David Patterson. Y'all could believe David Patterson. Imagine this wild-eyed, pissing pistolero continues to complain about projects that he claims that he had a concept for, the coalition government had a concept for, but had no ability to execute. I'm talking about the Ogle to Eccles that was commissioned the other day. Imagine David Patterson in Bill of Stretch, like from Mandela to Macdoom on the Heroes Highway, that you could go through and have some sort of ease. David Patterson has built nothing in comparison to that, or shepherded nothing in comparison to the infrastructure or specifically the road networks that are being built out in this country. Nothing in comparison. But sits habitually, and I emphasize on the habitually, and complain about everything that the government does to enhance the life of Guyanese. Literally. So, David Patterson is the same gentleman who ordered scales, and onto this day, those scales have not arrived in the country. Who did he order the scales from? Could it be a Jamaican who was working with the APNU AFC campaign? Does that smell a little bit like friends, family, and favorites? Make sure you go down to your favorite game store, Game Express, and pick up a iSecure Fireball and give it a little plug there. Right? Could y'all believe this guy? He habitually, with emphasis on the habitually, laments over projects that he ain't even vumps on, make any sort of move forward. None of the stadiums in Linden, the road going to let them to even start it or build the bridges, nothing. Resurfacing of the Linden Suicide Highway. I think they spent $2 billion on a feasibility study. Oh my gosh. No, I'm not taking calls today. I'm gonna take calls tomorrow. Right? And take some calls tomorrow. Well, sweet. No, but we gonna be mobile tomorrow. Yeah, we could still take some calls tomorrow. That's not an issue. Tomorrow we can take calls. But y'all understand where I'm coming from. This is the man who talking about bridge delay, that collect money from the harbor bridge to go for some trip. Me even know if he give back the people the money yet. David Patterson is a sickening banner boy. Sir, when people come out of office like y'all just you're supposed to do like Harmon and who else? Basil and them people just fade away into obscurity, just disappear. All the allegations. All right, well, is the second person asks a calls. I'm gonna take a couple of calls today, right? But please, y'all keep it. I ain't saying keep it short, but measure how long you're making your point, right? Please. So put the number on the screen. So you could call in if you'd like, and we'll take a couple of calls this morning. But this guy, boy, this guy. You know, James Bond said something the other day. I think it was the day before. No, it was on the day of the commissioning. The day of the commissioning of the Eccles, the Ogle to Eccles connection there. Carla, good morning.
Hello?
Carla, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Jones. I got a quick question. Does Guyana have freedom of speech?
Yes, But
Oh,
you cannot. You have freedom of speech, but there's laws against inciting violent or riotous behavior, and that could be done through speech.
okay.
And I think there
Because
are some other laws that you can't. So take for instance, I could say to you, "F you, caller. I hate you, caller." But if I say to you, "Caller, I'm gonna cough you in your face and bust up your head," that's a charge because that's abusive language.
okay.
Right.
Now let me ask. Cause I remember listening to one of your programs, and there was a rapper. I can't remember the correct verse because you didn't play it. I think he was questioned or arrested. I think there was something about maybe hurting Indians or something to that effect. Do you recall that?
I do remember playing a video with a guy that was giving instructions how to make poison to kill Indian people.
It was a song. He was singing. He was a rapper. But my question is, because I heard a song yesterday.
Hold on. You're talking about the guy who was arrested for the song that was disrespectful to the Hindu religion and the goddess?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And since then I was thinking, well, it's freedom of speech. I know there's certain language that could be perceived. You can't go into a movie theater, yell fire in a crowded movie theater. That's not freedom of speech. But I heard yesterday, and that's what got me thinking, a song from Lola Dahl. I don't know if you know it, and it was very vulgar. And I was trying to understand how can the Guyana government or the Guyana police force arrest one man for saying one thing and then not addressing the same thing coming from somebody else? Right?
You heard a song from who?
Violence.
You heard another
Lola
song?
Dahl.
Lola Dahl?
Lola Dahl?
Uh-huh.
Yes, Lola. And I thought that song was very, very, very vulgar. And it brought back me to that point that you guys, the police arrested one guy for saying one thing.
So let me bring some clarity for you. Now, yes, Lola Dahl's music is vulgar times 1,000, right? But vulgarity and hate speech, or you chastising somebody's religion, is chalk to cheese. Now, I understand the vulgarity part, but
isn't that freedom of speech? Isn't that freedom of speech?
No, but you are. There's a specific law that speaks to it. I don't know it out of my head. In relation to how you. Oh gosh, I don't want to give my mouth liberty, but the law speaks to how persons, I guess, address religions or speak on religions or something like that. So it wasn't on the basis of the vulgarity of the song. Well, yes, but the fact that he brought in this goddess from the Hindu religion and that kind of thing, that was the main thing. Not that the song was just vulgar in terms of sexuality and that kind of thing. If you get where I'm coming from. So Lola Dahl doesn't say she want to give Jesus a back ball, or she want have sex with Buddha. She's not saying things like that. She's just being vulgar and worthless as a human being. But in the case of Baby Skello, it was an attack on a religion, and based on that, and it's an old law. I've never heard about it until this situation came. It's an old law, but the police used that, and that's the situation. But we do have freedom of speech, but with certain restrictions, as I do think the U.S. does too. You can't just say what you want in the U.S.
No, I can say, outside of threatening the president of the country, I can say, well, I can't yell fire in a crowded movie theater. But other than that, I can say whatever the heck I want to say. I can say whatever I want. I could harm any religion, because I can say any of that stuff without fear of being arrested.
Yeah, well, you see, in Guyana, we I guess they're looking at it from the point of cohesiveness and not wanting persons to chastise somebody else because of their religion. Probably that's why y'all got so much problems over there, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
See, now you're attacking a whole. But I was just curious about that. But that's all I wanted. Because I heard that song and I was thinking, first of all, she's not talented. She's a pretty girl. That's good. She's not talented. She's a pretty girl. But I was like, that's when I heard that song. That brought back that conversation you had maybe a couple of weeks ago or so. And I was like, well, how can you let this go and have an issue with that? So that was my question.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for calling. I was happy to bring some clarity to persons. Anyway, let me get on with today's topic. And as I said, it's going to be a short program, but they look like they can stretch them out today. Now, how to start this here by? I wanted to talk to y'all about representation. First of all, let me show you some photos. Let me see President Ali. No, let me go to the PPP's page. PPP, like People's Progressive Party, Civic, right? Let me just show y'all some photos here with the comparison that I'm about to make for you guys. And, you know, because it jumped out at me. I don't know if anybody else noticed it, right? But take, for instance, look at this here. So this is Minister of Agriculture, and I think the Executive Secretary of the PPP, Zulfikar Mustafa, Minister of Agriculture, you know, during the election season on an outreach, right? Let's come down some more. I want to go to the activities, the stuff at border. Anyway, I ain't gonna fight up with her. So I noticed that every time Ask goes on an outreach, he's never usually branded with the win, you know, the jerseys or a hat or something. So I was wondering if Ask is practicing brandless politics. Now, if he won't wear the logo, why should people trust the man? A presidential candidate, in fact, hold on. No, let me show you what I'm talking about. A presidential candidate who what's this? Yeah. If you won't wear your own logo, how are Guyanese supposed to, what are they getting on board with? What nonsense is this? So this here is the Team Mohammed page. He posting stuff from when. This is the Molson outreach.
Come back just because upset with this government.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. There's no problem.
The entire region. he of the belief that he take from you.
I ain't gonna listen because I go one rebut with a set and we can stick here long. And I really can't today. But this man just said the entire region 6 vexed with the government. I ain't gonna think. It gonna suck me in and I end up on the right now. Right? So this is Molson Creek. Right? This here is number 67 village. This is number 67 village. Right? Now, let me just find one more engagement. Don't let me keep it in Borbis. Let me go someplace else. It's still Molson Creek. Crabwood Creek. Okay, this is where Mora Camp Region 7, right? Mora Camp Region 7. Right? Now, I was saying, a presidential candidate who won't even wear his own party's logo isn't committed to the movement. It shows he's more interested in personal branding than the party's values. One of the main things you see in political party is a uniformity, unity. They're all looking the same, representing the same thing. No uniform, no unity. In politics, wearing your party's colors and logo is a symbol of solidarity, vision, shared purpose. When Azardine shows up, without it, it's clear he's not a part of a team. He's building a cult of personality. Why these people has messaged me so much? And anyway, sorry about that, guys. But like I was saying to you, this here is not no team building exercise. No, what is Muhammad hiding from? Is us ashamed of the win party? If us can proudly wear the leopard, because it was a jaguar, then it turned into a leopard, the jackpot. If I say, well, wear the leopard, what confidence should the public have in voting for that leopard? What we need to realize is that with us, it has been one thing over and over again. Style over substance. Always. Flashy designer clothes. Cars that all the duty and pay for. Those things may work for Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, but not for national leadership. Real leaders wear their colors with pride. Pretenders only wear their ego. Right? Only wear their ego. And to tell you all the truth, the other day, I heard person say before, making this Jim Jones comparison, right? I'm like, Jim Jones? But the shades and the slick back hair and the complex, he looked like Jim Jones. Oh, Jesus. Now, how can you market a movement you won't even represent? Political outreach is about visibility, recognition, connection. If he can't even market his own party properly, how can he manage the country? You must ask yourself this question. Would a Cheddy Jagan do this? Would a Forbes Burnham ever do this? Every serious leader, from Jagan to Height, wore their party symbols on their sleeve, as wants the job, but none of the responsibility that comes with the uniform. If the logo isn't on his chest, I'm telling you here right now, it's not in his heart. I'll say it again. If these WhatsApp groups could be annoying on a serious note. These WhatsApp groups could be annoying, but it's by I got the thing on the computer and it keep pinging. Let me mute it. Right? As I'm talking to you here, if it's not on your chest, the logo, it's not in your heart. People can't follow a leader who's ashamed to stand by his own brand. No logo, no loyalty. No brand discipline equals no national discipline. The absence of party identity shows a deeper lack of structure and seriousness. Right? If he can't organize a simple party short, how will he organize a government? How will he organize a country like Guyana? How are we going to deal with people like Bree when the time comes? And again, it's something that just jump out at me. Because I'm looking at the photos and I'm noticing I don't see him, dressed in the wind stuff. You're representing a party, at least. This is the least you could do. Right? This is what Caratabo. Let me see if this is wind. No, this look like Versace. That's the Medusa head. This is the Medusa. This is not the This is not Black Panther. I mean the leopard. This is the Medusa head. You understand? This is the vanity, and that's the thing I don't understand. At least the Muslims that I know of. I grew up in Macdome on the East Bank, right? And they have a family living just at the front of the road corner, Muslim people, very religious. And they have money, right? They have money, they got supermarket and thing. They're well off. But it's the humbleness in them. The humbleness. I actually was talking to the son of the business owner now, because his father would have passed away. And we were discussing a little bit about politics, right? And I was saying to him, the situation is not even similar to himself, because even he, as a young man, came up with his father going to the store every day, going to do things to run the business. He's integrally involved. As his father got older, he got more involved, so he was in there. Now he took over the business and running it. You understand? This man just spending you old man money. You understand? So it's the Medusa head. That's the priority. Not the jaguar, the leopard head, or the jackpot head. You don't even want to wear your own thing. trouble. Guys, 2 o'clock today, the General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party will be having his press conference. Please ensure you tune in to have a clearer understanding of how Guyana is moving forward, what's happening in the political sphere, and how what we can expect in the lead up from the People's Progressive Party to the lead up to the general and regional elections. Right? I have to run. Y'all have a wonderful day. Again, please don't forget, check out the iSecure Fireball at Game Express. They have them in quantity. They have a wholesale deal for you. Go down there, ask for the Fireball. It's easy to operate. So you see, I could throw this up and catch it. A child may not be able to lift a fire extinguisher to deal with the fire if you're not at home. But this here can be operated by young, old, everybody. Get a couple, put them in your home, save life and property, right? That's it for me. Again, let me run this before.
The following is a paid commercial. The People's Progressive Party Civic invites you to an exciting T20 cricket clash and family fun day on Sunday the 6th of July 2025 at the Albion Sports Complex Berbice. Bring out the entire family. Gates open at 11 a.m. It's the PPPC's T20 cricket clash and a family fun day on Sunday the 6th of July 2025. Forward together for a better Guyana.
So check out iSecure if you're a licensed firearm holder and you need to get some cleaning done with your firearm. iSecure Security Services, the number's on the screen. And as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace, it's all about love, it's all about one Guyana.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down.